You pull out the air fryer basket. You look at that perfectly crispy golden brown chicken breast. You see the beautifully roasted potato wedge sitting right next to it. You hear that faint, satisfying sizzle of the hot meat. You smile. You think you just hacked your entire diet. You feel incredibly proud of yourself because you did not use a single drop of deep frying oil. You bypassed the greasy, heavy pans. You skipped the messy kitchen cleanup. You saved hundreds of unnecessary calories. Stop right there. Look closely at what you are actually doing to your dinner. You are doing the biological equivalent of buying a pristine, expensive sports car just to drive it straight into a brick wall. You are trading a flooded basement for a house fire. Yes, you successfully avoided the heavy, greasy oil. That is a fantastic, commendable step. But you are blasting your food with an intense, violent, dry heat that turns your healthy dinner into biological rust. That beautiful golden crust is not just a harmless crunch. It is the direct result of a harsh, destructive chemical process. This intense dry heat strips away the food's natural moisture barrier in seconds. It forcefully binds the proteins and sugars together in a violent reaction. This process generates massive amounts of advanced glycation end-products. We call them AGEs for short. Top researchers at places like Mount Sinai study these exact compounds closely to see what happens inside human cells. They note that high levels of AGEs act like industrial superglue inside your body. They literally glue your delicate collagen fibers together. They age your skin prematurely. They stiffen your joints from the inside out. It makes perfect sense why you do this. I understand completely. For decades, we were told oil is the ultimate enemy. The fat scares of the 1990s taught us to fear the deep fryer above all else. We were told to bake, broil, or air fry absolutely everything to save our arteries. You bought the air fryer to cut calories and protect your heart. You want to do the right thing. You aren't doing this to harm yourself. You're simply trying to make a smart, healthy choice for your family. You want to stay active. You want to stay lean. You want to live a long, vibrant life without joint pain. I will show you the exact 2-ingredient acid shield preparation method at the end of this video. This simple, brilliant biological hack blocks up to 70% of these agent compounds. It lets you keep the satisfying crunch safely without destroying the food. You do not have to throw your expensive air fryer away. But first, look at what this intense dry heat is actually doing to your digestion and your tissues right now. Let us look closely inside the machine.
When proteins or fats are exposed to extreme dry heat, a violent reaction happens. The 200 degrees Celsius swirling inside your air fryer is a harsh, unforgiving environment. In this environment, proteins bind rapidly with sugars. This chemical bonding forms AGEs. Your body is incredibly resilient. It is a brilliant self-cleaning machine that can handle a few of these compounds naturally. Your kidneys work hard every single day to filter them out of your blood. But the air fryer produces them at an exponential rate. It completely overwhelms your natural filtration system. This triggers a massive structural breakdown in your body. Think of your skin and your joint collagen like a flexible, bouncy trampoline. Collagen is the primary structural protein in your entire body. It is in your knees, it is in your shoulders, it is in your face. It stretches, it bounces back, and it absorbs shock when you walk, run, or climb stairs. AGEs destroy this natural flexibility completely. They act like pouring industrial superglue directly onto the trampoline springs. The fibers become rigid, they become incredibly brittle, they lose their stretch entirely. Eventually, they snap under pressure. This is exactly why your knees might ache when you walk up the stairs in the morning. This is why your shoulders feel tight and locked when you try to reach for a high shelf. This is why your skin loses its natural bounce and starts to sag into deep grooves. The dry heat creates this cellular superglue right in your tissues. The crispy coating you love is directly linked to the stiffness you feel the very next morning. You are eating biological rust. Your body has to work overtime to clean it up, which drains your daily energy and leaves you feeling exhausted by 3 in the afternoon. Put a plus in the comments if you have always believed air frying was flawlessly healthy, or a minus if you already knew it had hidden risks. So, the dry heat creates this cellular superglue in your tissues. But if you think a few wrinkles and stiff knees are the worst part, you are deeply mistaken. The real catastrophe is happening quietly in your brain. The core mistake is relying on extreme dry heat without any moisture. Consider traditional cooking methods for a moment. Boiling water naturally caps at 100 degrees Celsius. Steaming does the exact same thing. This natural temperature limit prevents severe glycation from ever happening. The moisture physically protects the food. It acts as a shield against the heat. Your air fryer operates completely differently. It removes the moisture barrier entirely. It relies on a high-speed fan and intense circulating dry heat to cook the food rapidly. It turns a harmless piece of food into a toxic factory. Take Susan, for example.
She is 62 years old. She is a real person trying her absolute best to stay healthy as she ages. She cut out all white sugar to protect her skin and her brain. She reads the health blogs and watches the wellness videos. She eats air-fried chicken and roasted nuts every single night. She thinks she is doing everything perfectly right, yet she wonders why her morning brain fog is getting steadily worse. She walks into a room and forgets why she is there. She struggles to recall simple names of old friends. She wonders why her skin looks tired and gray despite her strict diet and expensive facial creams. She cut the sugar, but she is still eating the rust. The rust travels through her bloodstream. It crosses over and reaches her brain's memory center. It creates a subtle, constant irritation in the delicate neural pathways. It slows down her thoughts and makes her feel disconnected. We now know dry heat acts as a massive aging accelerator for meats. It changes the protein structures fundamentally. It turns good food into a heavy burden. But not all foods react the exact same way to the dry heat. Let us look at a beautiful piece of wild-caught salmon. Salmon is packed with healthy omega-3 fats. These fats are incredible for your brain. They soothe your joints, support your cognitive function, and keep your heart beating strongly. But they are also highly delicate and easily destroyed. When you put salmon in the air fryer without the acid shield, the dry heat destroys the omega-3 fats instantly. It oxidizes them. It turns a brain-boosting food into an inflammatory nightmare. You lose the benefits entirely. You eat the rust instead of the medicine. This is exactly why the preparation method matters so much. But the food you choose to put in that basket matters just as much. In fact, throwing one specific healthy vegetable in the air fryer creates a chemical spike you would never expect. The extreme danger lies in potatoes. People absolutely love air frying potatoes or root vegetables. They want to get those crisp, healthy fries. It seems like a perfect alternative to greasy fast food from the drive-thru. You chop them up, you throw them in, you wait 20 minutes. But potatoes contain a specific naturally occurring amino acid called asparagine. When asparagine meets the air fryer's extreme dry heat, a violent reaction occurs. It creates a toxic byproduct called acrylamide. Acrylamide is a known dietary neurotoxin. It is a harsh chemical compound used in industrial manufacturing. It is the exact same chemical found in cigarette smoke. It is not something you want building up in your daily system. Think of your nerves like the electrical wires in your house. They carry vital signals from your brain to your fingers and toes. They tell your muscles to move. They are wrapped in a protective rubber insulation to keep the current flowing smoothly and safely. Acrylamide acts like a microscopic rat. It chews right through that protective rubber insulation. It exposes the raw wires. It disrupts the vital lightning-fast signals between your brain and your limbs. You might notice occasional tingling in your hands. You might feel a slight numbness in your feet when you wake up. Your reflexes might feel just a little bit slower than they used to be. You might struggle to button your shirt in the morning. This is your nervous system under intense stress. Your electrical wires are getting frayed by the toxins in your diet. Remember, I will show you the exact 2-minute preparation method at the end of this video that neutralizes this exact threat. You must use it if you want to keep eating potatoes safely. You cannot just slice a potato and throw it directly into a hot, dry basket. It is a massive biological risk. While your nerves are dealing with this chemical stress from the starches, your liver is facing an entirely different battle. It is suddenly overwhelmed by a hidden threat you thought you avoided by not deep frying. This brings us to the cooking oils. Using spray oils like canola or sunflower oil to coat your food before air frying is a massive mistake. Have you ever caught a supermarket tricking you with fake health labels on these cooking sprays? Tell me below. They package them in beautiful green bottles. They call them heart healthy. They show pictures of fresh farms and glowing suns. Here is the absolute truth about what happens inside the machine when you use them. These oils are made of highly unstable polyunsaturated fats. They are heavily processed and incredibly fragile. When that violent, hot air hits them in the basket, they break down instantly. The heat shatters their chemical structure in a matter of seconds. It is a total chemical disaster. It creates a massive storm of free radicals. Think of free radicals as microscopic vandals running frantically through your bloodstream. They hold baseball bats. They smash the windows of your healthy cells. They damage the delicate cell membranes that keep your tissues young. They cause deep systemic inflammation. Your immune system has to send white blood cells to clean up the mess. Your liver has to work frantically to filter this out. Your liver is your body's primary chemical plant. It works 24 hours a day to process everything you eat. When you consume foods coated in unstable spray oils, your liver goes into absolute overdrive. It has to neutralize the microscopic vandals. It has to produce extra antioxidants to fight the free radicals. If you do this every single night, your liver gets exhausted. A tired liver cannot burn fuel efficiently. A tired liver cannot balance your daily energy properly. This is exactly why you might feel sluggish in the afternoon. So those unstable spray oils turn into cellular vandals right under the fan's intense heat. You thought a tiny spray was harmless. You thought it was just a simple non-stick convenience to make washing the basket easier. Instead, you coated your food in fragile fats that turned toxic in seconds. You are much better off using highly stable fats. But all this effort is completely destroyed if you make one fatal mistake at the dinner table. If you eat this air-fried meal alongside a very specific daily drink, you multiply the aging effect tenfold. You turn a bad situation into an absolute crisis. Pairing your air-fried meal with a sweet drink creates a massive biological pileup. I'm talking about sweet iced tea. I'm talking about soda. I'm even talking about a standard glass of natural fruit juice. You are hitting your body with a brutal double punch. First, you get the aging compounds directly from the crispy food itself. The rust enters your stomach and moves into your blood. Second, you trigger a massive blood sugar spike from the drink. This sugar spike creates entirely new aging compounds right inside your body. You sit down to a dinner of air-fried salmon. You think you're doing great. It looks like a fitness magazine cover. It smells delicious. Then you sip a sweet iced tea. Bad idea. The sugar in that tea acts like chemical gasoline. It binds directly with the proteins in your blood. It happens incredibly fast, right as you're digesting your meal. Meanwhile, your kidneys are already struggling. They're working overtime to filter out the rust from the crispy salmon. Think of your kidneys as a highly delicate coffee filter. They're trying to catch the bad stuff and let the good, clean blood flow through. You are dumping too much debris into the filter all at once. You are creating a total biological traffic jam. Your filters get clogged. The toxins have nowhere to go, so they spill over into your system. They settle in your joints. They settle in your skin. They settle in your arteries. You feel sluggish and heavy after the meal. Your heart has to pump harder to push the thick blood through your vessels, which raises your blood pressure. This is the traffic jam in action. We talked about the sweet drinks causing a massive pileup in your kidneys, but what should you drink instead to protect yourself? You need to actively help your kidneys flush out the rust. Your kidneys need pure, clean hydration. Drink a large glass of water with a squeeze of fresh lemon. Drink a cup of unsweetened herbal tea. Peppermint tea or chamomile tea are excellent, supportive choices for your evening meal. They contain natural compounds that soothe the stomach. They help the digestion process move smoothly. They do not spike your blood sugar. They do not add chemical gasoline to the fire burning inside your vessels. By swapping the sweet iced tea for lemon water, you give your kidneys a massive advantage. You keep the filter clean. You keep the traffic moving freely. Now that you see the hidden traps in your kitchen, how do we dismantle them? We cannot just stop eating hot food. We want our food to taste good. We want to enjoy our dinners without living in fear of every single bite. The answer to protecting your body is sitting in your fridge right now. It is incredibly simple. The solution is the Acid Shield Marinade. You must pair it with a strict temperature ceiling. Acidic environments fundamentally disrupt the harmful glycation process. They change the chemistry of the food's surface before the heat even touches it. By introducing a mild acid and a touch of moisture before applying heat, you block the chemical reaction. You stop the aging compounds from forming in the first place. You pre-digest the surface of the meat. Using fresh lemon juice or raw apple cider vinegar acts like a microscopic fire blanket. It protects the fragile proteins from the violent dry heat. Real natural products like fresh lemons and raw cloudy vinegar are getting harder to find. Where are you watching from and what do they cost in your city? This acid layer smothers the chemical reaction beautifully. It allows the food to cook fully without forming the biological rust on the outside. You still get a great, satisfying meal, but now you have the fire blanket firmly in place. The science is incredibly clear on this. A simple, natural marinade changes everything about how your body receives the food. You can use fresh lime juice. You can use a high-quality balsamic vinegar. Any natural acid provides this crucial biological protection. But how do you actually apply this tonight without making your food soggy? By the way, do you store your lemons in the fridge or on the counter? Let's debate in the comments. Nobody wants soggy chicken. Nobody wants mushy vegetables. We bought the air fryer to get that satisfying crunch, and we can still have it. We just have to use the biological ignition key to unlock the food's true potential. Here is the exact step-by-step protocol to protect your body. First, if you are cooking potatoes or sweet potatoes, you must soak them in cold water for 15 to 20 minutes. Do not skip this step. It is absolutely vital for your nerve health. This pulls the loose starches and sugars out of the vegetable. It stops the neurotoxin acrylamide dead in its tracks before you even turn on the machine. You pour the starchy water down the drain, and you save your nerves from the microscopic rats. Second, you must build the actual shield. Toss your meat or your vegetables in 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. These are highly stable fats. They do not break down into vandals under the heat. Then, add 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice or vinegar. Mix it thoroughly so the food is completely coated in the protective shield. The acid tenderizes the meat, protects the proteins, and evaporates during cooking so your food does not taste sour. Finally, you must respect the temperature ceiling. Never set your air fryer above 150 degrees Celsius or 300 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the absolute golden rule of safe air frying. Cooking slightly longer at a lower temperature is the secret. When you combine the lower temperature with the acid shield, you cut the formation of aging compounds by up to 70%. You still get a satisfying, firm, beautiful texture, but instead of eating cellular superglue, you are eating medicine. You are enjoying a meal that actively supports your joint mobility. You are protecting your brain's memory center from inflammation. You are keeping your skin vibrant and elastic. Your body is a brilliant, miraculous machine. It wants to thrive. Give it the right environment and it will keep you vigorous, sharp, and highly active for decades to come. Try this minor adjustment tonight. This information is strictly educational to support your daily vitality. Never change your doctor's medical treatment without their consent. If this topic interested you, you will love this one too. Check out our other great video about your air fryer is accelerating your aging, the crispy Toxin. Uncover the dark truth about healthy air frying, which creates advanced glycation end-products that literally glue your collagen fibers together and age your skin and brain. Take care of your health, and see you next time.